It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today I have a very special beer review to show you. It's by two of probably the UK's leading lager beer in terms of sales. One is Carling Original Lager, used to be called Black Label. The other is Foster's from Melbourne. Now the Foster's comes in, I'm pretty sure years ago these beers used to be in the 4%, at least, I don't know, 4.2% ABV. This beer is now 3.7% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. It's been produced by Heineken, owned by Heineken, has Melbourne written on the top. The other being Carling. Now for me, Carling, I remember Carling at 4.5% ABV. I remember Carling at 4.2% ABV, 4.1% ABV. Now it's down to 4% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. Carling Original Lager. Now, they want you to buy these beers in either 4 packs, 10 packs or 18 packs. Very difficult to find a single can. What I had to do is go around to my corner shop and say, hey, do you have any kind of cans of Carling and Foster's that I can buy singly off you? Because there is no way that I want to buy 4 cans or 4 cans of Foster's or 4 cans of Carling, because I simply won't drink them. Right, I'm smiling because something's going on outside. Quite befitting of this beer review, actually. If this beer review is absolute chaos, it kind of fits Carling and Foster's quite well, doesn't it? Right, on we go then. Let the fun begin. Foster's Crafted to Refresh Lager. You might hear the humming in the background. It's the neighbour vacuuming her garden. I'm not messing about. I'm deadly serious. She is vacuum cleaning her garden. Another boy shouting at her. Carling. Love your neighbour, honestly. Love your neighbour. Don't fall out with your neighbour. Especially living in a small terraced house. Do not fall out with your neighbour. Because she'll vacuum clean her garden while you're trying to do a beer review. Right, this is what Carling looks like. This is what Foster's looks like. Carling in the hopback brewery glass. Carling made by Molson Coors Brewing Company. Huge big bubbles on this glass. Huge big bubbles with a 2-finger white head. Light straw amber coloured beer. There's the front door slamming. Foster's looks a little better actually. Smaller carbonation. 1-finger white head. Yeah, it looks a little bit better in terms of the conditioning of the beer than the Carling. The Carling's got great big bubbles. An old brewer once told me the smaller the bubble, the better the beer. If you see these beers side by side, yeah, the Foster's looks a little better. So I think we're going to start with the Foster's. We'll start with the Foster's because it's the lowest in the ABV. Let's get the aroma then. It smells a bit musty. Smells a little bit musty. Not much in the way of kind of anything really going on. Little bit of light wafer malt. Little bit of a, I suppose, very, very slight kind of lemon hop aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. I'm trying to give it fair game. I'm trying to be fair. There's the door slamming again. Befitting of a Foster's review, this. Befitting of a Foster's and Carling review. There's just not much to it. There's just not much to it at all. It's very thin. Of course, it's 3.7% ABV. It's very thin. There's a little bit of light wafer, like malt flavour coming through. It's very tinny. It's very kind of metallic. There's a little bit of bitterness coming through with the hops on the back end. Just a little bit of bitterness. It's not something I would want to choose to drink. In fact, I've not drunk a can of Foster's. I've not really seen Foster's, actually. I don't go to that part of the beer aisle, you know, your big multi-pack. Because they like to sell these sort of beers in big multi-packs, in 10s or 18 can packs. I don't really like gravitate towards that end of the beer aisle in the supermarkets. I don't really, it's never on my radar. But it's not a drink that I would want to buy 4 cans of. They would be literally sitting in my fridge forever, really. They'd probably end up, I have to give them to maybe the neighbour. Yeah, it's just not very nice. Let's make our way to Carling. Not sure if you can hear that. Now she's drilling her staircase. Literally, I've been to see the landlord and I've told the landlord, this person is wrecking your house. This person is absolutely wrecking your house. And he just does this. She's literally drilling her staircase, trying to vibrate, trying to make noise, trying to, you know, aggravate, vacuum cleaning the garden. Oh, befitting of a cat. It's the reason why I chose to do this at this very time, because it happens every time of the day, at this same time of the day. It's all about waking up. It's all about the carnage of getting your children to school type of thing, and you know the how difficult it is, and befitting of a Carling original lager review. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh, that's even worse than Foster's. That's worse than Foster's. I talked about the mustiness in a Foster's. That is terrible. Oh, that is awful. Burtonisation. It is brewed in Burton-on-Trent, and the Burtonisation on that is just it's really farty. Although Foster's is brewed in the UK, that's made me feel rough. That's made me feel quite ill, actually. Farty, horrible beer. Oh, that is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Just terrible. musty, no amount of like wafer biscuitiness. At least with the Fosters, she's literally leaning into my garden now, shouting. I will be phoning the police after this review. Trouble is, you've got to wait for the medication to kick in, haven't you? Normally I wait for the medication to kick in before I start my beer reviews. Not my medication, of course. At least with the Fosters, there's a little bit of wafer, there's a little bit of breadiness, there's a little bit of biscuitiness. With the Carling, there's none of that. Absolutely none of that. Absolutely none of it. It's just terrible. There's no hop flavour, there's no malt flavour. It's just musty and terrible. So, rating for the Carling, going to be quick with this. I think I did particularly well considering all of the mayhem and chaos. But I think I chose the best beer review for mayhem and chaos. Fosters and Carling. 4% Carling, for me, undrinkable really. 3 out of 10. Fosters, not much better, but it won. Fosters won. I'm going to give Fosters a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. I hope you liked the video. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.